The bright lights and tall buildings of down. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the small forward. One for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point. And George kicks to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Yeah, credit Holiday for getting to the line on that one. With his quickness and length, I'd like to see him do that more often.
Both free throws good from Holiday. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to George. From deep. The shot off that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his 2nd foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Holiday against Jackson. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot is good off the backboard.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
DiVincenzo against George. There's the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander.
Max Force throwdown.
Now here's Giannis. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
Here's Giannis. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Giannis kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Giannis. Stolen by George. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism, to play good defense. But the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league. And really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
Now George, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt, knocks down the 3-ball.
I think one of Paul George's best shots is his pull-up jump shot. He's been destroying defenses for years with that mid-range pull-up.
Now here is Holiday. Down low. Stolen by Jackson. Zubac with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Jackson against Lopez. Lets it go. Another one falls for the Clippers. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
George looking over the floor. But he stays with it. Another shot. The Clippers get another chance here. Leonard from deep three-point land. Drills the three-pointer. Leonard's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Here's Patterson after the basket by Milwaukee. 6 to shoot. Connects from three-point range. George has got his second bucket.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Giannis. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Zubac. Both teams deciding to change it up. On defense, the Clippers. And there's the feed to Forbes. Portis trying to free himself. The shot's good from Forbes.
And, you know, he's not a big guy, but Forbes has added some muscle to his frame, and it came into play there. Nice job overpowering the defense on that possession.
And here's Rondo. Leonard inside. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. The Clippers on top, up by 15. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me. I'm able to know where my team is going to be. I'm able to get to my spots and I know my spots. And
well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Rondo, bounce pass. Middleton against Leonard. Passes it to Kennard. 5 to shoot. Takes it out to Leonard. Over Middleton. Here's Oturu. Batum inside the three-point line. The wing jumper off target.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Middleton can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Leonard. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Leonard's got 11 points.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
And Forbes kicks to Portis. Tucker the pass to Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Forbes.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room. Here's Batum. Here's Oturu. Leonard against Middleton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Coffey's checked in, and it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. Rondo passes to Oturu. Shoots over Portis. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks trail by 12. Here's Connaughton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's That's on Rajon Rondo. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Rondo. The rebound by the Bucks. A minute 50 left in the first half of the game. Tucker, the pass to Portis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Now here is George. He's guarded closer, and he banks in the layup. George has got his third basket of the night.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Forbes. Here's Portis. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clippers leading by 6. Here's George. That's in, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Holiday looking over the floor. There's the lob at Antetokounmpo. .24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. George with the ball. 10 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Zubac from 10 feet out. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 5 assists in the game. And so we wrap up the first half. Clippers lead by 8. And we'll...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 11 points. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. DiVincenzo kicks to Antetokounmpo. That one drops for him. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
When he's on the floor, Antetokounmpo makes good things happen inside. I mean, he's got so much size and skill. A lot for the defense to try to contend with.
Feeds it to Leonard. Now DiVincenzo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Not as good in the Los Angeles Leads. Cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Antetokounmpo. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Holiday against Jackson. Back to Zubac. Leonard against Middleton. Leonard attacking Kennard. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks trail by 6. Holiday the pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And it's sent back by Lopez.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Coffey's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Portis can't get it to go.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
George up top. 12 points for him. And stolen by Portis. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Back to Tucker. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And it's Connaughton missing. Clippers leading by 6. Rondo kicks to Patterson. Portis with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Here's Forbes, and that one is good. Forbes has got 6.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. George up top. And George with the stuff.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
It's Portis, high post. Forbes the pass to Portis. He kicks to Tucker. The pass to Forbes. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother him.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. Over Rondo. And it's sent back by Leonard. Outside, George. Pass to Rondo. Over Holiday.
You know, one of the things that makes Holiday such a terrific defender is his long arms. I mean, he excels at youth.
And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Rondo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Holiday. Lopez. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Jackson against Holiday. The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Holiday against Jackson. Outside for Batum. Back to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Outside Batum. Over onto Kumbo. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a ferocious player, great competitive spirit, tremendous work ethic, and highly skilled. He wants to dominate.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Lopez with the block. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Batum. And it's Paul George in for Kennard. Holiday finds Giannis. On the wing, DiVincenzo. To tie it up. And Antetokounmpo lays it in. 18 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
George passes to Zubac. Here we go, one-on-one. DiVincenzo kicks to Antetokounmpo. Outside Holiday. Clippers have gone 1-of-4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's George trying to end the drought, and it's good on the way in. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Outside Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. For 3, Middleton. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Middleton, the kind of player that simply relishes the pressure. He's comfortable taking the big shots.
Outside, George. On the pass to Zubats. Jackson looking around. In the corner, George with it. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Lopez. Outside Holiday. And the 3 off target. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 1-point game. Stolen by Holiday. Middleton against George. Middleton can't get it to go. Here's George. Good!
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 1. 3 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 1. 3 seconds left in the 4th quarter. But they'll get another chance. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night. So the Nets starting 5. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Luwawu in at the 2-guard spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Kennard. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, down low. Now here's Harden. Right side, Griffin. Back to Harden. Over George. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Griffin. Hey, Steve, 2 defensive-minded teams in the building tonight. Both are good at getting stops.
Yeah, Kevin, this is going to be one of those chess match basketball games we get a chance to see. Difference, I think, will be the team that can somehow get easy baskets will make the difference. I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Harden outside Jordan. 6 to shoot. Pass to Harris. No good from outside. Outside Leonard. Doesn't get it to drop for him. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Now, here's George. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Now, here's Kennard. He's tightly guarded, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Impeccable timing on the rejection. Jordan takes pride in his defensive capabilities.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Here's George, and count it from 19 feet away.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Harden surveying the D. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Now George. It's Kennard, top of the key. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jackson passes to Patterson. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
The Nets working the ball around now. Griffin finds Harris. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in. Then for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Clippers trail by 3. 1:37 left in the first quarter of the game. George passes to Oturu, and it's good, 2 points.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. stuff.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Now, here is George. And the shot goes in.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
And here is Brown. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. George looking around. Lets it go with a three. That one misses. The Nets go the other way with it. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Left side, George. Morris outside. Fires the three. And it's George again missing. He can't get it to go. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front, up 5. We'll be back shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
They've got Morris. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Clippers trail by 7. Morris outside. Back to Rondo. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
What passion from Rondo on that drive. Just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
Here's Irving. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Irving. Patterson against Aldridge. Can't get it to fall. And stolen by Aldridge. Passes to Luwawu. Brown outside. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Clippers shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Rondo bounce pass. Leonard inside. Rebounded by the Nets. Luwawu's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Nobody near Irving. Misses the 3. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Leonard. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. The importance of the 3-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from 3 and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the 3-point line.
Leonard draws the double. Rondo kicks to Leonard. And he converts the layup. Leonard's got 6 points.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Irving for three. The Clippers grab the miss. Rondo with the ball. They now take the lead. Rondo's got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Brown. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Rondo scanning the floor. Nobody near Leonard. Hits the three-point bomb. 9 points in the game so far.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Irving passes to Brown. Back to Irving. To the paint. Clock at 6.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
There's 48 seconds left in the first half. Rondo passes to Kennard. Three-pointer. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now here's Rondo. The pass to Kennard. Rondo against Irving. Rondo passes to Oturu. And contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He finished.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did give up a couple. And that does it for our...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Johnson, then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the center position.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Jackson against Harden, stolen by Jackson. And now the fast break, George with the ball. It's good, the assist this time from Jackson. George has got 7 points.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court, and then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
Johnson kicks to Harden. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Now George, 7 points in the game. Steps back and fires. The rebound by Johnson.
the defense there got away with a major lapse.
And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power. I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Harris finds Griffin, kicks it out to Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Outside, George. Out to Morris. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Zubac lets it go from deep. And Paul George, good for the 3. George has got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Clippers. Harden outside. From 13. Bank shot, no good.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Morris, no good.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Count that bucket. Johnson's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Zubac, that's good.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
3rd quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Out to Harris. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Harden has a wide-open look. Off target with his 3.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for Johnson.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And just a smooth player who reads the floor incredibly well. Harden is always looking to get his teammates involved.
Here's Leonard. Pass to Oturu, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Harden the pass to Claxton. Harden outside. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Claxton's got 8.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside, George. A 3 from Leonard. Beyond the arc. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Oh, and that's a
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. And it was from 3-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Back to the action after this word. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Patrick Patterson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Leonard. Collects the two-pointer near the hoop. And the Clippers lead by 5.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Irving up top. Kennard covering. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got his first basket of the night.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
And Patterson kicks to Kennard. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Leonard dishes to Batum. Leonard against Green. Here's Oturu, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Oturu's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles. Irving with the ball. The tray, good on the three-point shot.
Oh, he is saying, come out and find me. Kyrie from well beyond the arc.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Passes it to Oturu. Here's Mann, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. To tie it up, it's deflected. Leonard looking over the floor to the inside. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
All that length, Aldridge able to close airspace quickly.
The putback. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Now the pass to Oturu. Yes, that goes in. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Beautiful executed play. Kawhi Leonard makes the right read, wheeling and dealing.
Outside Irving. Outside Green. Back to Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth. Leonard inside, working on Green, and it's Leonard missing. And so Aldridge will bring it up for Brooklyn. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Kennard against Irving. So the wing on the left. Right side Leonard. Over Green. He doesn't hit that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Brown. Count it!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Here's Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Jeff Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Brown.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
Pass to Harris. Patterson against Jordan. In the corner, Harden. Out to Harris for the three. The three won't fall. First free throw is good, and that gives them the lead. And so he drops them both. It's a two-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
The deep three from Irving. Buries the triple.
Saving a little something from when it really counts. Kyrie dropping daggers down the stretch.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by one. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
To see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2. Here's Zubac. Goes up with it again. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup tonight.
And here's George for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. And George kicks to Batum. Back to George. There's the 3. Batum wide open. He fights. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard with it. To the middle. Here's Nurkic, and he gets the bucket.
Sometimes it's impossible to contain Nurkic. At his height and weight, he's great at finishing through contact.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard outside. Nurkic the pass to Powell. Over in the corner, Lillard. And it's off from three-point range. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And here's George for 3.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Here's the Clippers. Throws it up high. No good from Zubats.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
From deep, George gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
Lillard misses. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, come on. How great is Jackson at earning these calls, especially from the interior, where he is very crafty.
It's his first trip to the line. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Luke Kennard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Paul George. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. That one good for 2.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Simons, the pass to Kanter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Pass to Morris. Back to Jackson. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Passes it to Powell. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound, and Kanter able to finish.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Outside Jackson. Outside Rondo. Back to Jackson. 5 on the clock. The 3-pointer, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Simons. No good. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Morris, no good. Powell, no one around him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers ahead, leading by 3. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. Fast break, here we go. Here's Oturu, and he lays it straight in. Oturu's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Simons, the pass to Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Here's Simon, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
Patterson passes to Oturu. The dish to Rondo. And that one drops. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Cantor. It's a hand on it, and staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the game tied up here for Portland.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And it's Anthony with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Rondo passes to Oturu, and it's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Powell. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Rondo. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now Lillard. He's got 6. No good with the triple.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Lillard against George. Out to Morris. From past the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lillard outside. From deep three-point range. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard again missing.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight, because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
Left side Jones kicks it out to Lillard. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortless release.
The wheel come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about it.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead time. And that.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Los Angeles guys shooting here about 46% for the game. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers, trailing by 2. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Lillard from outside. Kennard with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. Pass to Leonard. Down low. Here's Batum. And the dunk by Batum.
Well, that's the athleticism of Batum on full display. Really leaping up and powering the jam down.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Lillard.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Shot clock at 6. Tipped away. Covington with the steal. And here they come. Kicks it out to Lillard for the lead. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 18 points.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. The 3 from George. Portland grabs the miss.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And here's McCollum for 3. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Here's George. Rebound by Nurkic.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Lillard looking around. Off target from outside.
just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
A shot by Batum, no good. Portland leading by 3. Pushing it up. McCollum dishes to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Wants to get it to Powell and does. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Right side George. And he gets it to go.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 1 on the basket for Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, out in open court, Rondo is versatile. I mean, he can make plays for others or finish for himself.
Lillard against Rondo. 16 seconds left in the third. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Finished off the break. Rondo's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Lillard, he just fills out the defense. He doesn't rush it. When they play off of him, he torches him. When they crowd him, he'll pull off the J. If they get too close, he'll drive.
And at the close of the 3rd quarter, still. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now. And that's easier said than done.
There's the pass to Mann. There's the feed to Patterson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Here's Simons. Anthony right side. Lillard fires away from way outside. But they get it back. And Kanter throws it down.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Kanter has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Jackson has the open look. And the 3 off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Both teams will make substitutions. Portland leading by 4. Now here's McCollum. Fires for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Covington sends it back. Kanter against Leonard. And that one, good.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Lillard against George. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 23 points.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation. It's only a matter of time until his 3-point shot comes back to him. I mean, he knocked down 2 threes before halftime. Nothing so far here in the second.
Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 4. Left side, Jackson. George passes to Batum. Zubac trying to break loose. A shot by Batum, no good. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Anthony dishes to Lillard. From deep three-point range, Portland with a new 14. But he gets it back. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Goes up again, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Open shot, Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
And these big shots are ones Batum hits all the time. He is so calm in these moments.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Panthers got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. .122 left in the fourth. Lillard from outside. And another 3 for Portland.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Well, when he's hitting from range on a consistent basis, it makes everything easier offensively.
From deep, George. And the 3-ball is good.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Lillard outside. Fires the 3. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
George looking over the floor. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here is Lillard. 3-pointer. They get it again. It's Carmelo Anthony on the win.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time.
Lillard from outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Inside, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Portland no good that time either. Here's Zubac. Off on that one.
Nice contest by Canton. It's a portion of his game.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for Couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And the Clippers starting 5. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's George in at the 2 guard. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. Takes it out to Leonard. The Clippers keep it alive. George with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss.
3 straight misses to begin the game. Not the start they were hoping for.
Pass to Holiday. And here is Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Got a piece of it. One-on-one here. Here's Holiday. Finished off the break.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Now, here's George. Leonard finds George. Pocket 6. Unloads from 9. Yep, it counts.
Silky smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's George following the basket by Chris Middleton.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Lopez, great positioning on the putback.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Leonard against Giannis. Here's the break, pushing it up. The finish. Finished off the break.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now, here's George. At the top of the key, Batum. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Clippers also making some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. Holiday against Rondo. Now Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Rondo looking around. And Patterson kicks to Jackson. Looking to end the run. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
He dishes it to Holiday. The pass to Connaughton. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's Jackson with the drive. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
It's good. Giannis has got 6 points.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Rondo against Holiday. Pass to Connaughton. Stolen by Jackson. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Rondo. That shot no good. Holiday with the defensive effort. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he makes good on the layup.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Jackson, and he makes that one. Jackson's got his second basket.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
A shot by Holiday, nobody around. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks going into the break with a... And recently on the subject of trash talking, Giannis...
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
We've got Antetokounmpo. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. George is checked in for Kennard. Here's Coffey. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Milwaukee leading by 11. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Forbes the pass to Portis. And the shot goes in.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
George, no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here is Forbes. Patterson defending. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Milwaukee. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. The three. Offensive rebound. Portis kicks to Forbes. Passes to Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to DiVincenzo. Tries again. Portis, the pass to Forbes. Over Rondo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Paul George. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. DiVincenzo with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
And GA Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Here's DiVincenzo after the basket by Los Angeles. Now here's Tucker, defended by Batum. And the pass to Forbes. And the rejection by Zubac. Portis kicks to Forbes. Middleton outside. Jacks up a three. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Here's Leonard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Milwaukee. Bucks leading by 8. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Portis. That's a 2 from Kennard. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. That shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Launches a 3. No good that time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. It was a fast pace for Milwaukee at the outset, displaying the force of 8. And
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
Giannis outside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And up the court come the Bucks. On the break, DiVincenzo with it. George picks him up. Pass to Giannis. Dishes to Lopez. Back to Giannis. Stolen by Zubac. George finds Rondo. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Holiday looking over the floor. Fades. Feeds to Antetokounmpo. Basket good. Antetokounmpo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Now here's DiVincenzo. Lets the 3 fly. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Oturu, the pass to Coffee. And here's Jackson. He's got 6. And too long on the shot. Giannis dishes to Holiday. Antetokounmpo inside. Patterson defending. That's tipped. Shot from the wing. The Clippers get another chance here. For 3. And no good that time. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. To the wing right side. Jackson with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Kennard. And 2 free throws coming up. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Forbes can't get it to go.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
For Los Angeles, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Forbes the pass to Connaughton. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Portis. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Portis has got his second bucket of the night.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. Out to the right wing. Stolen by George. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Cans it from downtown. Connaughton's got 5 points so far. Here's George. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Clippers trail by 10. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Chris Middleton. Portis is out there with Donte DiVincenzo. And it's Forbes in at the point. Here is Forbes. Down low. Here's Portis. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, George. Passes it to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Up top, Portis. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
George looking over the floor. Buries the long-range jumper.
That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
Bucks leading by 5. Middleton outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
From deep, George. They get it back. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Forbes the pass to DiVincenzo. The Bucks working the ball around. Portis kicks to Forbes. It's good. And the Bucks lead by 8.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
The deep 3 from George. George missing again. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Middleton, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. The Clippers also making some changes. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
With
throw drops for DiVincenzo. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season. I was championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Ouch! Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Jackson.
And that defense wasn't enough on Jackson. He's clever and can shoot through that opposition.
And he commits the intentional foul. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to DiVincenzo. The feed now to Lopez. A shot that time, not on target. Excellent D there from George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. From outside, off the mark. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Bucks.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
You've got to show composure, and he comes through right when the team needs him most.
And here's George for 3. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
From deep. Doesn't go that time. And so the Bucks take the win. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mental.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, Luwawu is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green, and it's Harris, and it's small forward. So it's Brooklyn now. Paul George missing from long range. To the inside, stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up the floor. And the rejection by Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Fires from 18. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Let's hit 5 from 18. No good from Zubac.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Leonard.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
And here's George for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
George against Harden. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now, here is Harden. Harris passes to Jordan. Back to Harris. Fires the 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside Leonard. Back to George. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. Brooklyn with the rebound. Stolen by George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Again, when you go from second to fourth gear, Paul George puts a lot of pressure on the defense that way.
So for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for Luwawu. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. Aldridge double teamed. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And here are the Clippers now. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 2. And it's blocked by Brown. It's Harden with the drive. And the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's growing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
Now here is Aldridge. Over Morris. Aldridge misses. Clippers trail by 4. And George, here we go. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Aldridge kicks to Harris. 6 to shoot. Here's Claxton. Yep, that one goes.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
On the wing, Jackson. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Here is Harden. He's got 6. From downtown. But they recover it. Harris finds Harden. Inside. Back to Brown. Moves back up. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
To the middle. Here's Oturu. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. And he's got his first free throw of the game. Good on both. And that does it for the first quarter. Nets out in front, up 6. And the And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Aldridge out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. Rondo against Harden. Feeds it to Griffin. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. And here's Harden for 3. Again, the miss by Harden. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Rondo in the corner. Kennard with it. Patterson against Griffin. Right side, Rondo. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Rondo passes to Oturu. Outside for Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Griffin. Here's Luwawu. Brown outside. It's blocked. And here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's sent back by Irving. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 5. Count it.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Now Irving. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Patrick Patterson. This is his first free throw of the game.
Shifty with his speed, incredible ball handling. So hard to guard Kyrie, but so thrilling to sit here and watch it all up close.
2 minutes. George looking around, fires from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely, great release, and big-time shot there.
Pass to Claxton. Left side, Griffin. Irving with a clean look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Now here's Irving. From deep three-point range, it's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And the shot goes down.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Irving dishes to Brown. Back to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Kyrie just has nasty grips on that basketball. Cuts through the defense that time.
Inside, here's Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
So for the Nets, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Aldridge. Joe Harris comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Back to Harden. Hangs, and it's good on the way in. Harden's got 8 points.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Leonard with the ball. And the layup is good. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And that'll do it for the first. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, how'd you? And that'll.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Brooklyn trailing, taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Harden the pass to Jordan. Stolen by Jackson. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Here's George. Jacks up a three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Jackson against Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
It's deflected. Morris kicks to Jackson. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And he's good on the three ball.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Harden the pass to Llewellyn. To the inside, Green. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Green's got his first bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Jackson. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Harden against Morris. Harden kicks to Jordan. Green passes to Jordan. They get it back. Back to Green. Another shot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Green's got 4 this quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
The drive by Jackson. Good on the bucket. Jackson's got 7. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Harden scanning the floor. Over in the corner, Green. The pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Back to Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Pass to Jackson. A 3 from Morris. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Green. And contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Rondo passes to Kennard. That one goes. Count it. Kennard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Irving against Rondo. Takes the 13-footer. Claxton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 2.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And stolen by Aldridge. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. For Brooklyn, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That free throw good from Brown. And Brown drops them both. Here's Leonard, and that one released in time, but no good.
Wonderful work there on the defensive end. Griffin showing some improvement.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets out in front, leading by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Harden. He's out there with Brown. Griffin is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Aldridge against Zubac. Aldridge misses.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
Well, he's become a defensive anchor here for this team over the past couple seasons. Great timing on the block there.
Irving's checked in for James Harden. George is checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for Rajon Rondo. Outside, George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And here is Irving. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Brown the pass to Irving. Brown feeling it out a bit. George against Irving. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Kennard up top. Passes it to Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The free throw drops for Zubac. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Paul George with the steal. For the 3. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Outside Irving. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. And good that time.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Los Angeles.
Now George. Pass to Zubac. Lock at 6. Now Kennard. Back to Zubac. Can't connect from short range. Nets trail by 6. Irving kicks to Aldridge. Pulls it up. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Aldridge. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
Now, here is George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. Jackson passes to Leonard. 1:06 left to play in the final quarter. It's George on the wing. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And the dunk by Zubac.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Harden up top, defended by George. Harden, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
3-pointers off the mark.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving to tie it up. Off target from downtown. George with the ball. And Leonard has it in the corner. Lets it go from deep. It's off. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. Thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three. Now here's Leonard. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Nurkic finds McCollum. Off target with his three. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Jackson passes to George. The three. Los Angeles with another miss.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And stolen by Lillard. From deep. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got the game going here with the first basket for the Trailblazers. Jackson is doubled. Covington with the steal. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
The offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Now, here's Lillard. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Five on the clock. That one good for 2. Lillard's got 5 now.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
McCollum against George. Zubats. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Lillard surveying the D. Oh, good on the 3.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
The 3 from George. That misses, and he's 0 for 4.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Lillard finds Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And Simon's in for Lillard.
Rondo is so tricky. Consistently looking to take advantage of the defense being too physical with him.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Patterson bringing the double. Cantor. Morris with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. And here's Kennard. Here's Mann. Out to Morris. 5 to shoot. Drains the three-pointer.
And the one thing about Moore, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Now here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Rondo finds Morris. He lobs it up. Patterson can't get it to go.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just
a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 2. Offensive rebound. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Goes back up. A 3 from McCollum. Trailblazers keep it alive. And staying with the play, Anthony.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
On the wing, Morris. Dishes it to Patterson. Outside Rondo. That one falls.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Pass to Simons. He kicks to Cantor. McCollum outside. With the putback. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got his second basket of the night.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Outside Rondo. Kennard finds Morris. Good on the triple. Morris has got 6.
And they're very lucky to have the lead after that terrible shooting in the first quarter. But they've rounded into form here in the second and have brought that field goal percentage up.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Releases. And Portland again with the bucket. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. The pass to Simons. Launches a 3. C.J. McCollum, and that's good. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Kennard against Jones. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Kept alive, Cantor. Passes to Jones. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Cantor. Shot clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Cantor's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside Rondo. Pass to Patterson. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made. Portland's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. McCollum outside. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Rondo finds Morris. It's deflected. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Patterson. Here's Mann. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And here's McCollum for 3. Offensive rebound. Cantor. Jones next for 2. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. Up and in on the layup.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Three-pointer, Lillard sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 8 points.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
A baseline J. Back to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
He dishes it to Powell. Over to the wing. Lillard against George. Powell, the pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness. The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Powell against Leonard. Nurkic trying to get open, and that one's good. Lillard.
And he can score from all over the court, but Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area, but sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Trailblazers leading by 7. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his first points of the night.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. The shot. Up again. Here's Nurkic, kicks it out to Lillard, over Jackson, and Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland. Outside, George. Pass to Jackson, and stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up, moving it up. Hits, count that one from Nurkic. And now a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Zubac.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. There's the pass to Powell. The dish to Nurkic. Nice move. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. Clippers trail by 10. Rondo passes to Kennard. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Rondo against Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
There's the three. That shot is off. Here's Rondo. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break with a 10. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. We're going to keep the defense on its heels.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Jackson in at the two guard.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Outside, Covington. No good on the triple. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 10. They grab their own miss. And Covington sends it back. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Lillard outside. A three ball. Nailed from three-point land. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Batum grabs the miss.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
The three from George. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first three of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Here's Lillard. Launches it. Dishes it to Cantor. And here's McCollum for three. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
The drive by Jackson. Batum wide open. He fires. No good that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. McCollum no good.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And it's good. 2 points. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court, and then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 20.
He is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. McCollum passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Takes a three. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. And a deep three from George. Off target from three-point range. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Beyond the arc. And it's Lillard again missing. Clippers trail by 9. Feeds to George. Lays it up off the glass. And that's 13 points for Paul George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
McCollum passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Passes it to Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Back to Lillard. Three-pointer. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Over Jackson. Off the left rim and out.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now Lillard gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Count it.
And we've seen Lillard hit that.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.